Hello guys, and welcome back to Flipping Motors UK. Today I wanted to show you around the part exchange for the Honda Civic Type R. It's essentially just a worse version of it. It is the Type S, so it's got the sports styling. It's a 1.4 litre engine. However, it is quite a lot newer. As you can see, it's an 11 plate and the car's only done 64,000 miles. It is now ready for sale. There's a couple of very minor scrapes on it. All but one of the wheels are in perfect condition. It's got 4 good tyres. It's recently had front discs and pads, and it's even more recently had the rear discs and pads. All I've had to do to get it ready for sale is an anti-roll bar drop link. If only they were all this easy. As you'll see from my last video, I had a good moan. And this proves that they're not all that easy, basically. Some have worked from the auctions that aren't disclosed, which is why it's always better to buy a car that you know that you can have a good look around first, a good drive. And this one, I was quite willing to give the customer, I think it was just under cap clean I gave them for the car, and rightly so, £2,000. It's cost me, we'll say 50 quid, 80 quid or whatever to get it all sorted. And a good valet, which I obviously charged myself for. And I mean, it says retail about 3,700 quid, but I don't think it is. I think the ones that are on there are sticking around a bit. Me personally, I've put it up for just under £3,000. It's a nice car, very retailable, very desirable. It's all in nice condition now. It was really dirty before, but I think it's cleaned up really well. Okay. In the back as well. There you go. Obviously, it had children inside, so it was a bit of a mess, but all sorted now. And there's a really, really nice car for somebody here. 1.4, so it's going to be quite desirable for a younger driver, but it's also got the styling as well, without the running costs of a Type R. Very, very similar inside. 6-speed gearbox again. Sadly, apart from, do you remember on the Type R, it has the count of a VTEC for revs. This one, as you can see, it sadly has an eco counter, which isn't quite as good. However, it does still have the push button start, which is pretty good. Absolutely fine. The engine, it's absolutely perfect, and I mean that. However, you'd probably expect that for only 64,000 miles. Alright, apart from a couple of very minor marks, this car it's out of the box. And I think for someone, like I say, a younger driver, maybe they've had the first car, little 1 litre, they want something to upgrade to, little 3-door Civic Type S, surely that's got to tick a lot of the boxes. There's a couple of minor marks, it was on the alloy wheel, there you go, but I think we're being picky there. Nice straight car, nice and level. It's all HPI clear. Lady's just finished paying off the finance on it. And what a lovely little car we've got ourselves here. Should be a bit of money in it for me. I think it's definitely worthwhile. All being well, I'm hoping for about £700-800 profit out of it. What I'm going to do, boys, because I know it was a bit dark last time, I actually thought twice about uploading my last video because it wasn't my favourite. I think it went on a bit too much, but I'm going to show you around the Fiesta EcoBoost properly. And even more surprisingly, it's actually carried on driving pretty well, to be fair. I haven't had any trouble off it. I've now done close to 200 miles. Let's have a proper look. So the wheels are all pretty good. Bodywork again, a couple of very minor marks. We have found it does need a track rod end, which was advised on the last MOT. That mirror creaks and needs a bit of WD-40. But it's just a nice car. It drives really well. It's got a lot of boxes ticked. It's a high specification. For mileage, yes, it's done a few, but it's got full service history. I'm still not sure what to do about this belt. After 200 miles, I've done long journeys, short journeys, I've drove the nuts off it. I don't think it's worth doing. But, you know, if someone does bring it up when they do come to buy the car, we can maybe come up with some sort of agreement. Obviously, I am wanting to put a warranty on it, to be honest. So I might actually have a little look into that, see if that would be covered by any level of warranty. But yeah, really nice specification, and it still starts and drives absolutely fine. The only warning light that comes on is the tail light, which you'll see very shortly. Oh yeah, it's flashing away there. It's going to come up, and I think it's a sensor fault as opposed to just putting air in the tyres. You can hear the tracker end slightly. That's a nice, healthy EcoBoost engine, that, if you ask me. But like I say, it's done, I don't know if I showed this in the last video, it's been doing good miles per gallon for me. 122,000 miles, it's done well. I've had my phone all connected, cruise control, climate control, heated screen, and everything works. It's a nice, tidy example. I think there's a lot to like for somebody. There's a lot of car here. Like I say, 64 plate Fiesta titanium. It still looks like a 5-6 grand car to me. I'll show you the damage properly now it's in the light. And we'll actually have a look under the bonnet in the light. That's the issue. So BCA have done that. I might have tried to glue it, but it didn't work. They've also done that. And that was there before. It's very minor. I don't know what it is. Has it been very minorly cracked? You would leave that, in my opinion, but they tried to say to start with it. No, I says, look at the pictures. Look through the pictures, and he eventually said, yeah, one of our drivers has hit the car. I don't think there's any repair in that, so I have just ordered a bumper. Luckily, they did reduce it after I followed it, so what BCA paid me does cover that cost. And about 15 quid on top. That'll have to be my labour costs. Luckily, I'm pretty cheap. Like I say, a different buyer, they could have wanted the labour paying as well. Luckily, I have the knowledge how to do it. They put a bumper on, but it'll take some doing because unless they're exactly the same, we might have to be swapping the grills and so on as well, and fog lights. We'll have a little look for. The one I found, it does seem pretty similar. It really does stand out, that for, isn't it? I can't believe they tried to even get away with that, to be honest. But it's all sorted. I'm not complaining. Here is a famed EcoBoost unit. They are quite tightly packed, aren't they? Even though it is just a little 1 litre engine. Turbo right at the front. Nothing looks out of place in there, I don't think, does it? The oil's certainly clean. I actually spoke to the garage as well, where the service history came from, and they did confirm that they had just taken over the garage, and sadly wouldn't be able to look much further into it. It's closed. I won't disclose the garage on there. Like I say, I've only been taken over a couple of weeks ago, so that's more than likely why it went somewhere else for its more recent service, an MOT. But there's a tracker end. I'm going to get that fitted tomorrow. Garage just up the road here, number 8. Good mechanic actually, if you're in the Darton area. Just a little one-man band, but it's very convenient for me, as you can see here. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Would you be paying £700, £800 to put a belt on the car? I thought about it, but why would I take all my profit out of this deal for something that's not causing any trouble? Warranties are there for a reason. You can't, well, I mean, if you did know the future, you'd change absolutely everything. When you have a clutch, you might go, I'll put a brand new clutch in it. But if it's fine now, leave it. It seems pointless. Well, it doesn't seem pointless because I know they're a known fault, but how far do you go, seriously? This car will be sold for probably $2,995, which is cheap, by the way. It does owe us about, before parts and all that, about 1,700 quid, so there should actually be quite a bit of profit in this car. But why would I lose that just because of a fault that isn't there? Like say I've done 200 miles in it now. The fault is not there. I've actually been really enjoying driving it. Like I say, it is a really nice drive. Apart from that tracker end, there's nothing wrong with that car. I will get them to check everything out anyway while it's on the ramp tomorrow. And I will be doing a service, and this time, 100% it will be with genuine Ford parts. Something I don't normally do, but on this occasion, I don't know if you can tell, because of the the reputation of the engine, I just want it as right as possible, so I can give my, well, I say confidence, try and pass that over to the next owner, and hopefully they'll have a hassle-free experience with it, as it appears the last two have as well, because they've kept it a long time and they've always had it properly serviced, which is probably a lot better than most cars out there. I'd say not even 50% have a full stamped service history, let alone half of it from Ford, which is great. But yeah, I'll be going to pick the parts up tomorrow from our local Ford dealer, which is Evans Howshaw in Darlington. And the mechanic, like I say, is going to be fitting it, stamping a book and all that. I might even get some plugs and that for it. I've heard the oil is quite expensive. Is it like a 520, 020, something like that? But yeah, we've got plenty going on anyway. The Igo's currently in getting its clutch replaced, front discs and pads. What else is it getting? He's having a look at the handbrake, which was a bit rubbish. Also, I've ordered the seal kit for the light, the door handle that was damaged, the interior one. And I've told him to service an MOT it while he's at it as well. Hopefully he doesn't find much more, because there really isn't much left in that car. Fiat 500, that's also in with a local Fiat specialist. I like the Fiat's going to him because a lot of diagnostic tools won't connect to the cars. So the 500's in there. He's checked it all over. He's fixed the DRL. He said it was literally the bulb holder. He had to have a little tinker with it. But yeah, what else is there? He's found the exhaust blower. The exhaust blower was coming from a manifold gasket on the exhaust manifold. He says it's a front end job to sort that. You'd probably have to drill some studs into it and all that. And also he said while you're at it, the radiator's got a very minor leak from the bottom corner. So I found a radiator for about 100 quid new. And to be fair, right, Fiat specialist, do you know what this guy's charging me? 130 quid. So he's everything all off front end, including the radiator. He's probably going to have to drill some studs out of the exhaust manifold. Obviously the parts I'm covering, which again come to about 130 quid. £130 he's charging me for that. I think that's outstanding. AP Services, and Andy Petch is called. He is a local specialist in Fiat and in Baths. I think he does Alphas and that as well. So if you are in the North East, strongly recommend him. And he's always a really fair price and a reputable garage as well. But for now, we've only got the Civic on sale. If you head over to my Instagram, Facebook, which is LCCS Trade Cars Darlington, you'll be able to see that. Soon we should have the Fiat, because he's currently on with that. The Igo will probably follow later in the week, starting next week. And also, I've got the Fiesta EcoBoost. There's not a massive amount to do with that, just waiting on the bumper arriving. Like I say, I'll fit that myself. I actually got a little steal from the auction today, and it was a 60 plate, 10 plate Astra J. Pretty basic model, 1.4 petrol. Couple of marks on the bodywork. Nothing too scary. Worst case, you might paint a front bumper, or because it's a 10 plate, you might just leave it and charge a little bit less for the car. It's only done 98,000 miles, and I've managed to get it £375 plus the fees. At BCA, that means nearly 600 quid. I hate to tell you, but like I say, I am still using BCA. We haven't totally fallen out, just Brighouse, won't be going there. But yeah, so I'll leave it at that for now. Just a shorter video this time. I know I blabbered on long enough on the last one. Thank you very much all for watching again. Hope you're enjoying the content. I'll try and keep you updated as well as I can. Okay, and like I say, if you do have any questions, queries, I know I've got a few subscribers messaging, or if you want to view me stock, it's LCCS Trade Cars Darlington. Feel free to message the page. And also I'm going to contain a link in the description for one of my subscribers that has reached out to me for a bit of help on things. Well, I mean, I've reached out to him. We both share a bit of our knowledge, limited though mine may be. And just trying to help each other. I actually met him at BCA Newcastle. His name is Will. He is from Leeds. Someone has to be, don't they? But he has set up a new page. Is it Cars on My Drive? Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to put the link to his page on there. It's definitely worth a watch. He's an entertaining guy. And I'm sure you'll all enjoy that. Thank you very much for watching again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'll catch up with you soon. Just a quick one. I would like to say I have been talking about a previous video which was meant to be uploaded today, the day of filming this video. Sadly, someone has deleted the video, so you won't have been able to see the previous video, but I have recapped most of what was covered on here.